see that?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. I mean, it's tough. I mean, we're not just one player. We're a group, and we need a full game. From majority of our guys to really have a good chance at the end, and we just didn't do that as a whole tonight.
And second chance scoring was big for them tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we know we're giving up size, but second chance scoring. I mean, they got guys who are aggressive on the offensive glass, but we can help that as a group, and we'll adjust our deficiencies and make our corrections, and be ready for Sunday.
Terrence Ross just had an unbelievable fourth quarter. What made it so hard to get the ball out of his hands or slow him down at all?
I mean, his stuff was off ball. It's different if a guy is blitzing or if a guy is handling the ball. You can blitz him and try to get the ball out of his hands, but his baskets were off ball. We got to be better. Face cuts, catch and shoot situations off pin downs. I mean, those are common actions that you see on a nightly basis that we need to continue to get better with as a group.
Did you see? It seemed like you were starting to close the gap in the third quarter with rebounding, and then they just, I think, got 10 or 12 in a row. At that point, was it just guys wearing down at that point?
You can't get out rebounded by 21 against. That's a solid team, a very well coached team. I think Coach Clifford is, he doesn't get enough credit for what he does with his teams and how disciplined they are. So, give Orlando a lot of credit and that staff. But to beat and compete with a team like that who's been together for a long time, you got to force yourself to be a little more disciplined than you may be, and we just didn't have that tonight.
Consistency, we talked about that before the game, trying to build off of what happened on Wednesday night. It's kind of a teachable moment in the sense that you have to turn the page quickly, win or lose.
Yeah, every moment right now is a teachable moment. Had the outcome not been what we wanted in Miami, that would have been a teachable moment in a lot of ways. There's so many teachable moments with our group, which is why I've been stressing so much that we can't waste days. No matter how you might feel, no matter what point of the season you're in, you can't waste days. And I do feel like our group competes. Tonight we had some things that we could have done better, myself included, all of us as a group. So we need to be better.
When at the end of the third there, you had Russell and Beasley both on the bench. Was that just offense just hard to kind of generate at that point with that group?
It was, and it's a lot of times we've liked James and Jordan McLaughlin together to carry some offensive load and playmaking load with things, and then getting Jake out there as well. We think that helps us, but that group closed the gap early, the starters, and it's tough to play guys a whole quarter, especially on the last game of a week-long road trip. So we make a decision there, and we thought we could make a push.
How much of it is you still trying to get a feel too for what the right combinations are with everybody still being so new?
I mean, it's all of that, and we have data on and we make decisions accordingly on all of that too. But it's like I said, it's like preseason in a way, in terms of where you're trying to feel it out on the fly. Players, but then also coaches included with this new group. So we'll be better on Sunday.
D'Angelo in the fourth, what were they doing to try and affect him after? Did they make any adjustments in your eyes after the first three quarters?
Yeah, I mean they were, they started out blitzing him. Then the way I saw, I'll have to watch the film, but I thought they were spying him, where they basically weren't. They were almost playing one defender pretty tight to him, negating some of his help responsibilities, I guess, to try to keep the ball out of his hands.
Gordon had a triple-double. Is he just like all around a tough guy to handle tonight?
He does it in a lot of ways. He affects the game in a lot of ways. The way he can rebound, the way he can handle, he rolls. He made shots tonight. So there were a number of things that he hurt us with.